working. I feel like it's working, but it isn't. All right, we're here. Welcome. Sorry that we're down some cast members tonight. I am, of course, the person that I am, and these people are, of course, the person that they are. You know, normally I'd say something like this is Ratosaurus rules and there's not going to be any introductions, but it's literally just going to be introductions tonight.
No rules.
No, there's always rules. There's always rule 0, and there's always the 7 rules for streaming. I'm considering adding an 8th rule now. I want to say, today I learned something, and when I learned it, I realized that it was truth. Someone said to me in the comment section, I miss Pondo's distinctive hats on a time of total warfare. He's gone without them for months. And when they said that, I realized that that was true. It has been months since we've seen Pondo in the cowboy hat, and I actually do miss it.
I'm surprised.
They were absolutely right. So the version of Theory of Dracula dropped today for Board Game Cult because there was no New Game Plus last night. And tomorrow, Pandemic is dropping. So I was like, oh, I don't know, I'll hold on to these Board Game Cult things for weeks and months, and now 3 of them are dropping 3 days in a row. But yeah, Hankula. Listen, your Hankula voice might have been a little weird.
Was it?
Well, listen, it's nowhere near as bad as that one voice that you had that was like, yes, I'm the Left 4 Dead guy. Weird noises. I don't want to do it because you made it sound... And don't you do it now either, because it's creepy.
Are we talking about like
no,
the
don't do it.
Voice?
Just don't do it. You did a weird voice in Left 4 Dead, and you...
Smoker voice?
Yeah, I think that was it. Don't do it, man. Just don't. You creep everybody out when you do it.
I thought it was funny.
I tried to run one of those. I don't remember which one it was. It's one of the free ones that I found, like the software to change your voice. And it just, my whole computer just grinded.
Yeah,
to
it seems like they
halt.
take up a lot lot of resources.
I had to instantly shut it down because it was like, it's absolutely killing my CPU into 100%, like instantly.
The free ones are hit or miss, very miss, but usually it's simply something you really just have to pay for.
And I'm not adverse to that. I just I was trying to experiment more than anything else.
Yeah, the better solution is the better, but also most expensive is the hardware solution, which there's multiple ways. But it's an investment that most people don't really want to make.
Yeah.
So let me post here and say, I'm not going to show what we're working on, but while we're talking tonight, we're also going to be setting up a Battletech map at Rad's request, so that the next time this happens, we'll be able to sit down and have a quick battle without the full cast. So my first question is, does the map need to be symmetrical? Like, we're simulating a Solaris battle. Does it need to be symmetrical? Or can it be anything? Or finally, does it need to be like an arena? Because there's only one actual arena map that's been set up called Crossfire. Or that really weird Solaris or Lyran Arena one. A lot of Solaris maps aren't symmetrical, James says. Well, there we go. I get dunked on immediately by chat.
Yeah, I'm not bothered by symmetry or anything like that. And go ahead.
I actually really like symmetry.
Go ahead.
Symmetrical stuff bothers me.
said the engineer.
Listen. You want some real engineering facts? Before I became an electrical engineer, I was not afraid of electricity or bridges or elevators or heights. And after that, and I saw the people in my classes that were passing, knowing that they were cheating or just really fucking arrogant or stupid. Yeah. Now, I don't like flying. I don't like any form of transit where an engineer might have done something. And I am now reminded that our houses, which are supposed to be the safest places in the world for us, are surrounded by high pressure water and deadly electricity in every direction. And then literally anything at all could cause these walls to explode inwardly and combine those two deadly objects together into a fire.
Yeah, I work with a lot of structural and MEP engineers, and it's scary, man.
Yes.
It's scary.
Yeah.
If there's one aspect about my job that just makes my brain turn off, it's electrical drawings. I cannot look at electrical, like I understand them, but I swear if I look at electrical drawings for more than about 30 seconds, my vision just blurs and I go to like a faraway place.
To take them from the paper and envision what they really look like, unless it's something like a circuit board, like like a refrigerator. The drawing of the circuit of it versus what a refrigerator actually looks like are so different that I'm like, wow, okay. Okay, so that's what that does. Okay.
Yeah, it's very I don't know what the right word is it for, but it's not a very, it doesn't give you a concrete concept of what it's supposed to look like, right? It's very conceptual, I guess, in nature, as most diagrams are, but still, like electrical drawings fucking absolutely numb my mind.
Listen, let me blow your mind with some real electrical engineering science. You know the wires that they use to transfer electricity overhead to your house?
Uh-huh.
Electrical wires, all right?
Right.
Most of the electricity isn't in those bad boys.
Okay.
I know. It's so weird.
Where's it at?
It floats around in an electromagnetic field around the wire.
Oh.
So the reason that we use AC energy in order to transport transport energy from one location to another, is that by creating the field around it, energy transports through the field very easily, and you get minimum amounts of it going through the wire, and that way you lose the least amount of electrons on transit. You know, your computer and a lot of other devices, a lot of machinery are DC based. They take the AC electricity and convert it inside of it to DC energy, which has more losses but functions differently. There is some work, I think in the Middle East, they're doing some pretty big work on lossless DC energy transfer, which would be pretty wild.
That is crazy.
I mean, you know, Nikola Tesla really theorized this stuff pretty hard when he was like, yes, I can turn New York City into a bastion of free electricity. I will use a giant Tesla beacon in order to transmit electricity wirelessly to your house. Yeah. Turns out you can't really do that without killing everyone in the nearby area. Yeah. But we do get those, you know, like induction pads and stuff where you put your cell phone on a little charger thing and it charges through that.
Right.
So there's a lot that AC energy can do wirelessly by generating an electric field. There are other things it can't do, and it's also super deadly. Okay, all right, so we don't need a symmetrical map. What kind of map are we... By the way, I have Tabletop Simulator open.
Browsing through
just a second. Actually.
Browsing through these bad boys.
I'm fiddling with it right now, actually.
Okay, all right. I don't need to summon you into this realm then.
I did open up the arena map that we used for the one-shot deal.
The Kenneth Cross battle?
Yeah.
I'm still so mad about that match. None of you fought each other and you all fought me. And I still almost won.
I got dicked in a corner.
Listen,
immediately behind a wall.
Every time I see people that are like, Arthur, you suck at this game, you know, you're terrible at it, I remember that match and I'm like, I fought 3 1v1 battles and I still almost won, you son of a bitch. And I wasn't even that good at them either. Now, could I beat Grimdark James? No, but I think no one really can. I think he's impossible to beat.
I think that's fair.
I heard that he's won every tournament he's ever entered into. That's of every single game. I mean, he entered into a Strategio tournament and he still won it.
Strategio.
God. Strategio.
I like Strategio.
I love that game when I was a kid, man.
Strategio, at least.
Loved that game as a kid.
Can you like lay mines across the board and like blow people up? That shit was wild.
Couldn't you only move pieces like forward? It was kind of a bastardization of chess, right? Like,
yes.
And a lot of the skill was in how you set the board up initially, right? Like, or was it a set? Did you always put them in the same spot? I thought you moved your pieces and put them where you wanted them in the beginning.
I think so. I think you get to choose where you place your pieces.
Yeah.
All right, I have.
Let me get in this tabletop simulator business.
I have a theoretical something or other to say about this. Maybe we need to pick a map that has a lot of differing terrain in it. So that like one area is like an open battle, another area is like a forest battle, you know, like...
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at this map, Sidious Ridge Runner, and I'm really liking the look of it. You know, there's a deep water area in one corner, and there's a raised road. Lots of tree patches and hills, but there's also a lot of open space where you can do some really weird shit. You guys aren't getting Final Fantasy VII Reloaded, though, are you? It's just me, right?
Just you.
I'm the only one that
You're the
believes in
only
that.
person.
I know. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm saving money.
That's a really reasonable stance. Yeah. Of course, I made my order a year ago, but yes.
I had other things, but I got that. My big purchase for the next several months was Doom Eternal. That's it. I've gotten some decent mileage out of that.
Yeah, seems like you are. And mocking Cotton about playing Animal Crossing.
No, I just give her a hard time because I know it. No, she can't take it half the time. What was the map you said?
Sidious Ridge Runner. Name is called.
Now, it would be interesting if there's a way to make like block templates, almost, where it's just templates of different terrains, of maybe like I'm not sure.
Cat dying in the background.
Oh, she's just been staring at me yelling.
She's upset
Sounds like Amore.
She's upset that Cotton isn't in her chair.
Listen, Amore spent 6 hours with me today. She basically rode me around like I was a fucking vehicle, right on my shoulder. Shoulder-mounted cat.
Nice.
Everywhere. She's so annoying. I tried to take a picture of her, and she immediately hit the camera. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take another picture. She hit the camera again. Every single time. Can't take a cute picture of Amore. It's impossible. She's dumb. So dumb. Dumbest.
I think the issue is that for a close quarter, well, I guess it can be mitigated, but a close quarters map, you need something relatively small.
Sidious Ridge Runner Battletech map. Oh, sorry, Sidious space Ridge Runner Battletech.
Where are you guys browsing maps at? How do you do that?
Workshop.
Yeah, and Steam Workshop. I've already downloaded all the Sidious maps and a lot of the other Battletech maps that seem pretty snappy. So on your Steam client, you can open Workshop, and it'll.
How do I do that?
You have your Steam client open?
Yes, sir.
You're in Library?
I am.
Tabletop Simulator selected?
Yes, sir.
Middle of the screen, there should be a line that says Store Page, Community Hub. The second to the right is Workshop.
Store Page, Community Hub, Find Group, Discussion. Those are my only options on that row of options.
There's not Workshop. Can you extend your client out further to the right?
I see. Yes.
Yes.
Got it.
I just now realized the 5 is an S, not a 5. I could not read Leet Speak for like a while.
Yeah.
And then did you just search Battletech or what?
Well, I mean, you can find a lot of stuff if you search Battletech. If you're looking for maps specifically, CITU5, the Sidious maps, give you most of the stuff.
CITIU5.
Yeah, CITIU5. gives you the good stuff that Dynamis and Sidious work on. A lot of the maps that have been specific for the show, like the estate, which we haven't seen yet, but we will one day. The estate is the Countess's estate that I never got to use. The wall map, which is where Grimdark James took 5 Mad Cats and blasted at us the freighter.
Good times, good times.
Don't look at the one map that they made that's super, super big, because I'm saving that. I think it's called Parvis Lake. Yeah,
Okay.
don't look at that one.
I see it. I won't look at it.
Okay, good. Because that's going to be part of the finale of this show for season 4. That'll be finale part 1. Is that super? Listen, the thing is, I'm saying that, but I don't know if everyone's computer is going to be capable of loading the map because it's so big.
Yeah.
It's like 4 times bigger than a normal map.
I mean, potentially I can just have Cotton look at my screen, or I can pull up the copy the screen and pull it up onto like a bigger monitor or something that you can look at.
I absolutely wanted to do a Dwayne Swamps battle, since it's so, I mean, it is Battletech. It's literally basically the culmination of the Twilight of the Clans is Dwayne Swamps.
Why am I not seeing the map you're talking about? See Iron Ridge Battletech map.
I like River Canyon too, Pondo. Is that the one you just said?
River Canyon's an interesting one, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think River Canyon would be a good one.
Get that one.
Pretty dynamic. Lots of stuff going on.
A lot of stuff going on, and there's potentially good open sight lines or closed sight lines. Would be a real treat if you have a jumping mech. Actually, I think we used this map.
We did use this map for the season 4
this was
opener.
The first, just the first map we did.
Yep.
I looked at it and now I was recognized, like, oh yeah.
Yep.
I played Rambo in the trees. With
Listen, if you look through Sidious maps, you're gonna see a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like the Crater Robber. Crossfire is an interesting one. It's literally rows that lead to the center point. Some trees, a little bit of hills.
All right, big spoon, big foodstuffs. Here we go. All right, Big Spoon 223. Assuming that you are also Big Spoon on Discord, I have sent you my 6-minute walkthrough on how to play Battletech on Tabletop Simulator.
Dunescape it's relatively flat.
Play on this Moonraker Battletech map and play King of the Hill. See whoever can hold the center for the longest.
Raker.
It's on the first page.
That the space map that we haven't used yet? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, probably.
King of the Hill.
Yeah.
You know, James has been talking about that Battletech tournament style where when you die, you take the next higher mech available, and that would be, this seems like the kind of mech map that you would want. All right, let me figure out how I can share this with you.
I like the Archipelago one too. I think that might be fun.
Battletech Grinder. Not what I think of when I hear the word grinder. But yeah, I think modern society has changed the meaning of that word for me.
Yeah. That would be cool. We could all pick, how's it go? Does it go by weight class, right?
Yes.
So everybody starts as a light, and when your light dies, you come back as a medium? Or does it, or you just go up like a amount of tonnage?
It's rolled. It's light, medium, as heavy, then assault. Then I think it starts over. Go twice.
There, Battletech Grinders. Okay, so this looks like I'll send a link on the Time of Total Warfare Discord.
That'd be cool. We'll just all pick of which category we want. So we die, our sheet is already there. We just flip it over and we start
I think you pick or it's picked randomly.
Yeah,
I know, but that might be harder to do in the middle of a show.
Yeah.
First round, you roll randomly for your mech. The second round, you get to pick. All right, so here you go. Here's the rules as posted from Gen Con. Send it on Discord.
I'm into the word grinder.
I want to roll. Let's roll. Give me that D600 or however many mechs there are.
I think it's a D1000.
It's just a ball.
Yeah, have you seen like the pretty much when you look up D100s that are
I've seen D100s. Yeah,
they're just a ball.
My brother has a D100.
Just a ball.
It's just a ball.
I heard someone say D100s are a pain in the ass because you don't know when they're going to stop rolling, and I fucking agree with that shit so much.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
Well, the rules here don't actually tell you what the progression of the mechs is. I guess we could email the Catalyst Game Labs demo team.
James is right there in the chat.
Oh, that's true. He is on the Catalyst game. Well, he's a demo agent. Listen, I forget about that thing, right?
I'll be right back.
I also try not to rely on my connections too much. I don't want to feel like I'm a horrible mafia boss. Look, if James can get us the rules, I'm sure he will. You don't need to worry about it. You can't. Dies, he dies.
I want to roll for first mechs tonight. I want to know.
Well, okay. What if you get a shitty mech that you don't like?
Then that will be exciting to me because I will die quicker and get to the medium mech that I do like.
You get the Jenner, but not the one with the large laser. You get the missile Jenner.
I need
you get the fire starter, but not the one with the flamethrower, or the one with the large laser.
Yeah.
Listen, against light mechs, the large laser is incredible because you can punch right through their armor and get crits on just about anywhere. Yeah, James says he's going to try to find the rules for us. See, look at that premium service of our Catalyst Game Labs demo agent.
We have the best viewers.
Yeah, we do have some pretty good viewers. Yeah, there's gonna be a ton of crossover between Oath of End of Steel and A Time of Total Warfare.
It's coming.
I've started writing down all of the time, places where things will occur. You're going to see Harridan Ironworks from Coventry, which is the company that I know it's been a long time since we referenced this, but all of Harridan's nobility comes from him being super rich and not from him actually being a noble. Well, he is a noble now, is the thing. Now he actually is a noble, but when he started out, he was just super rich because his parents own a commercial goods factory.
Jesus.
Look, you're going to hear reports about how Kenneth Cross burned down a farm and he's being held on war crime trial. Yeah, we got Lil Drac, who is Billy's father, Professor Williamson III.
I know. I don't know if everybody picked up on that. I picked up on it eventually.
I mean, also, I very briefly referenced his real name when the Yakuza put out a hit on him, but yeah, I think that almost no one picked up on it. You know what? That's fine. I don't
feel this bad.
There are some people that pick that kind of stuff up on rewatch, and they're like, "Oh shit, I can't believe that you pre-planned that."
Oh yeah, yes. I need to. This reminds me, I need to go back and fix my McGurk character sheet because it's I had him as from the Federated Sons. I forgot that he was from the Free Worlds League.
Yep, he's from the FWL.
Yes, sir.
From America. But like the bad America. Good America's in the Federated Sons. Bad America's in the Federated Sons. Or it is in the Free Worlds League.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
So like Texas and the Southwest United States are all represented in the Free Worlds League as being like a league of bandit worlds called the Intendancy of New Spain. All of the other parts of America are supposed to be in the Federated Sons. Because the Federated Sons are supposed to be the ultra deluxe good guys. You know. They're France, they're Britain, they're the Isle of Skye. Well, I guess that's technically in Mirren space, but
What map did we decide on? I forgot.
Yeah, we haven't. We're still rotating.
Okay.
No, we haven't really decided on one yet.
That's correct.
Listen, it's not that Oath of Endestil in a Time of Total Warfare share a universe. It's that I do my very best to set all of these things in the actual Battletech universe as much as possible. This Season 4 arc is the first one that steps outside that, because clearly Crow's Black did not actually participate in the taking of Albearo 3. Another unit did that down the line. But I couldn't do Operation Bird Dog without stepping in somewhere around here.
Bird Dog?
Yeah, Bird Dog. Operation Bird Dog. That's what you're part of right now. Bird Dog?
Bulldog.
Bird Dog.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Bird Dog is the one that leads up to Bulldog. It takes place right beforehand.
Is there actually a Bird Dog? I thought.
Yeah, Operation Bird Dog. It takes place right before. I'm completely serious about this. I'll send you a link.
I believe you. I thought it was just a flub, but I guess it wasn't. Well, not completely.
I vote River Canyon for our first
River Canyon is a good one to set up as.
For our first volley in this.
Be interesting to be able to set up like groups of the hexes that are grouped together, almost puzzle piece like. It's not. I'm certain it's not possible, or it's just a pain in the ass to do.
You mean like picking and choosing parts of maps?
Like you randomly draw from a bag and different pieces that have different like.
Set down a template.
Like you would with like a Catan map.
Yes,
interesting.
We
could
that.
Listen. If we wanted to make Sidious's life hell, we could ask Dunamis and Sidious to do that for us.
I don't want to make their life hell. They've already done a fantastic.
What we need is 10 by 10 self-contained terrain that you then pull out of a bag, and it pulls out a random 10 by 10 piece of terrain, and then we place it on the board and we pull out however many we wanted, right?
Yeah, we each take a turn pulling from the bag, and then we decide where we want to put it.
Dude, Pondo, that's an incredible idea. I love it.
That screams to me, hey, this would be perfect Solaris map system.
I agree.
Okay, right. We got this map loaded.
Again, I don't want to make Sidious's and Tsunami's life terrible.
Only do it. Only make that for us guys if you're excited about it. If you're not excited about it, don't do it. I think that's I would be excited to play with that. However, I would not ask anybody to take time to make it unless they also were excited about it.
It would be a pain in the ass. From what little bit I've been messing around with Tabletop Simulator, it'd be a pain in the ass. Wow.
Listen, Sonalar, this GIF is so bad it hurts me. It's really painful. Oh my god. Oh, fucking Sword Art Online. Wow, I just realized I'm so far behind on anime now.
Me too.
Did you watch that show that Cotton told you to watch yet?
I haven't watched
all
any
those
shows,
many months ago. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I have no doubt that it's a good show. I just now that I have a stupid job and stuff, I really don't get to watch much TV.
Club. Yeah, I get that. Now, once that would have been part of my life. Now, I just stalk at home and rage against the dying of the light.
I'll tell you what I did find time to watch though was Tiger King.
Listen, you told me I should watch Tiger King, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll watch Tiger King if Rad says to watch it, and all I see is news about how fucking horrible this show is.
Oh no, that's intentional.
I don't want to. I think I've been spoiled for the show. Maybe. I'm gonna say this. It's about a dumbass who I guess steals a tiger and raises it and its cubs.
Oh no.
And something like a woman named Carol Baskins definitely killed her husband.
Your vision is way too small for this show. You need to go it's much bigger than that.
His name is Joe Exotic?
Yes. You're imagining like your microwave catching on fire. You need to imagine full-blown industrial dumpster fire. Okay. You gotta think bigger, Arthur.
I saw a Not the Onion article this morning that was like, the black community glad that Tiger King did not involve racial diversity or something like that. Because I guess it's all white people doing dumbass shit, killing each other.
It mostly takes place in Oklahoma, but the best way I can describe this show, it is the most South Carolina shit you'll see in your entire life. If they took South Carolina and turned it into a show, that's what Tiger King is. You might not like it. I don't know. I think me and my wife enjoyed it.
It'll be a while before I get to it.
It's not very long. It was a couple of, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 episodes.
I still haven't finished The Witcher.
Wow, dude, come on.
Listen, I've devoted all of my free time to the Marvel rewatch, and I'm very sad that the 2 Spider-Man movies are not on Disney Plus. And also Infinity War isn't on Disney Plus. I guess maybe it's still on Netflix.
It's still licensed to Netflix.
But the thing is, I've already watched it like 4 times, so I'm not going to watch it again. I just started. I'm in the first 10 seconds of Endgame.
Go to bed. Not you, Arthur. You can stay awake.
Thanks.
The first 10 seconds of Endgame?
Yeah, so Black Panther ended, and I clicked Endgame, and then I closed my tablet because I didn't want to watch Endgame yet. Dude, I just didn't have time.
Endgame is so good, though. You posted that tweet the other day about
people cheering in the theater.
Incredible moment. Like, it really.
No, did you go down that list?
No, I haven't.
There's a chain of the tweets, like when the portal scene happens, America's ass scene.
I love watching that stuff, man, because like, you know, I experienced that in the theater when I was there, and I didn't even see Endgame right when it came out. Like, it had probably been out like a week maybe when I saw it, but like nonetheless, I went and I saw it, and like, dude, this is the most hype movie theater I've probably ever been in my life. Like,
I'll tell you.
It was just an experience. It makes me love going to see movies. Was getting to experience that. You can see my 5-year-old who's having the fucking time of her life looking at herself on the internet.
So
here's
for
an
me,
orange. All right, go to bed.
My favorite movie experience beyond watching Prince of Persia at an Alamo Drafthouse was Star Wars Episode 7. Thankfully, Sid isn't here to dunk on it. I actually like Episode 7, but
I did too.
I was sitting next to a little kid and her dad, and I guess the kid was like in Star Wars pajamas and basically slept through half the movie. But we got to the scene where Han Solo confronts Kylo Ren at the bridge, and the kid was like, they're gonna make up, they're gonna be a family again. And I was like, oh shit, kid, this is not good. What do you think it is? And then he gets stabbed in the chest, and the kid is like, no! It starts bawling next to me, and I was like, oh my god, I'm getting so much energy from you, child. I hope that every person who watches my shows acts like that whenever I kill their favorite characters.
That's too funny. That's another moment that I remember too, though, like the audible gasp in the theater when like a room full of hundreds of adults 100% know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
And then it happens, and they're still like, no! Everybody reacts exactly like Chewbacca does.
I know. Look, back in the day, it used to be when you went to watch horror movies, people would shout out, like, no, don't go down the hallway, come back! I don't think people do that anymore. Like, I've never had that experience in like 10 years.
I have, and I haven't enjoyed it, but it does still happen. It is a lot rarer, though, for sure.
I just mostly hear from the crowd going like, you dumb person.
All right, James, thanks for your help on that. Wow, you've been working on that 20 or 30 minutes. Thanks, bud. Yeah, see if you can get that list.
Awesome.
We'll take a full list of all those rules, because Rad is really into Grindr.
Hell yeah. Sign me up.
Sounds wrong.
Give me that premium account.
When did Grindr become a thing? It was like
I don't know.
I'll be swiping mechs all day long.
It just sounds right.
That's what I need, dude. I need somebody to develop a Tinder style app, except for it's all just Battletech mechs, and you just swipe left and swipe right, and like there's an algorithm.
Oh, you know me, I'd be like Hollander, hell yeah!
But there's an algorithm where only sometimes you like there's a random like percent chance that you match with that mech, so you can like swipe yes to a mech that you like. Then they don't swipe on you, so you never match with them, and you feel sad about it.
I'm like Orion. I'm like no thanks.
Yeah.
Warhammer, okay. Warhammer 2C, super like.
Yes, super like.
Big Spoon, I do love Gauss rifles. And second, you're right, it is an unpopular opinion to say you like all the Star Wars sequels. Incredibly unpopular. Mostly about 8. I don't know. I'm still it's been like months, but I'm still forming an opinion about 9. I like Palpatine, but I don't like Dark Wraith Palpatine. Fucking weird.
I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it.
I mean, there were so many bullshit moments where they're just like a whole fleet shows up out of nowhere, and I was like, okay. And then they're like a whole second fleet of rebellion ship shows up out of nowhere, and I was like, okay.
What I didn't like about it is it didn't make me feel anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably the first Star Wars movie I ever watched that I had no goosebumpy, like I'm watching a Star Wars movie like moments.
I guess I like the fucking space llamas riding on the side of a Star Destroyer. That shit was awesome.
It was cool.
That made me go like, wow, this is the most Mass Effect scene I've ever seen in a AAA movie. This reminds me of fighting the Geth on the Citadel, and you have to run up the elevator shaft.
I don't know, man. I just didn't feel. I didn't feel cool about any of it, really, to be honest. Like I said, I didn't hate it. I felt dead inside watching that movie in comparison to watching other Star Wars movies that I've loved. Watching that one was just like, I don't know. It was the most soulless Star Wars movie. I feel like, not a terrible movie, not a good movie, but not a terrible one. But like for me personally, not the experience I was looking for to close out the trilogy.
I mean, and I know this seems small, but this is my biggest beef. It seemed obvious on a rewatch of 7, it seemed obvious that Finn was always supposed to become a Jedi, right? Like, it's hinted at several times.
Or Jedi adjacent, right?
Yeah, like he uses a lightsaber. He could have been like a Will or whatever they were called. The Wills who, the guys from Rogue One who show up and are like real badass and they use the Force like one time.
Yeah. Like the good guy version of like the Emperor's Hand, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was obvious. And in 9, it becomes clear, and he never tells Rey. Like the whole movie is him trying to get to Rey and be like, I'm a Jedi, I guess.
Yeah.
And he never does. And that's so frustrating to me. Like, I feel like the story could have been about him.
Yeah. He was a much more poetic character, I felt like, anyway, right? Like he's this war orphan that was like abducted into this militaristic society and turned into like a child soldier. And they touched on it a little bit in 9 too. When you meet the other child soldiers, and like there's a huge missed opportunity there, I felt like.
When I watched 7 the first time, I felt like it was going to be about him, but then they kind of just pulled out. It's like, oh, it's actually Rey. I thought Rey was going to be the Han Solo of the series, and then
I don't know.
I could have seen that.
I'm glad that they went in a kind of new direction, but I feel like he was the one that they dropped the most. Like, if there was one person they absolutely should have focused on, it should have been the Stormtrooper guy.
Yes.
Because that was a very different view of like a child soldier traitor. Maybe not traitor. Defector might be a better word. Although I gotta tell you, in 7, that's my favorite scene, is when he's fighting in the ruins of the one planet, and then Poe's X-Wing is flying over and shooting people at the same time, and they're doing a cinematic pan around, and the one guy's like, traitor! Yes. That's my favorite scene of that whole movie, is that one long sequence of... I feel like that's something that the FFG Star Wars game can pull off effortlessly. Is one person fighting on a table while the other person is fighting in space, and you just swoosh everything all together.
Yep.
Yeah, and someone probably died in the editing bay putting that shit together.
I definitely feel like the ball was like hugely dropped when it comes to Finn. I don't know. He was God, such a, and not that Rey was a bad character, but I just really felt like Finn had the most going for it. I think the movie could have really benefited from being about a duo instead of a chosen one. You know what I mean? Like
something they've done before, and they're kind of like, oh,
I mean, I think it could have benefited from being about a trio. I remember all the jokes about Rey being like, here's my boyfriend Finn, and here's his boyfriend Poe.
Yeah.
I mean, I would watch this shit the whole time.
I don't disagree at all. I think it 100% could have been a duo. And for whatever reason, we didn't get that.
Changing directors, that's what happened.
I guess. I don't know if there was ever a plan for it to be.
That's not even getting at. That's a whole bag of ribs. I mean, I feel like J.J. Abrams literally, like, the two of them took shots at each other in their respective movies. Like, Rand spent the whole movie saying, let the past die. And then J.J. Abrams was like, the fucking, what was her name? The Admiral is like the fucking holo maneuver? No thanks, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, the two of them just spent their whole time dunking on each other.
Really did.
What we got here? All the mechs?
What do we need? We need mech bags, right? We would need bags with all the mechs in them.
Promote me. I can start bringing in the signage and dicage.
Oh, I'll promote you, but I'll just do all that right now.
Okay.
I mean, I've got it all stored up in a saved bundle called Battletech.
That's fair.
Uh-oh. That's gonna fall off the edge. Got it. I got you.
This is fair.
Yeah, see, this is how I saved all my time, Rad. Was pre-assembling this bundle right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
And now Dynamis has a thing where you can load it over any of the Sidious maps. It's called the additive loader. It's perfect. It's brilliant. It's so good. Battletech accessories pack, Battletech bags.
James sent me the stuff. I guess
the grinder rules
stuff.
Yeah.
Intriguing.
Open Turduckins HD models.
I feel like that's the name of it back in the 80s, and
I mean, obviously, no one anticipated that the word grinder would be used. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, without Star Wars, the word force would have just been a unit of measurement that only Europeans use.
This is true.
Just to bring the discussion back to Star Wars.
I mean, without Star Wars, we wouldn't have jizz music, so there's that as well.
I actually spit out loud.
I'll never forget.
Jizz music. It's so dumb.
What were you thinking, George Lucas?
Listen, man, I feel like George Lucas was a dude who was horny on Maine. He was like, there's no paper, and also there's no bras.
Underwear.
Yeah.
All right, there's too many mech bags. We're not gonna reload mech bags. We can.
Betty really wanted to see how gullible someone was.
I mean, I think he really wanted to sleep with Carrie Fisher. So.
Well, I mean, based on the story, it's like everybody got to. So.
Yeah. I mean, she was on heroin like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I know you've seen the Star Wars Holiday Special, and she was 100% on heroin during the filming of that.
Yep.
And she probably wasn't the only one, because old Grandpa Chewbacca was also watching Tina Turner or something dance. That holiday special was real fucking weird.
Wild times.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing. George Lucas without an editor is a real bad time. I feel like
it's true.
He constantly had people around him who were like, all right, George, you have the beginning of a diamond. This is a diamond covered in shit. Let us just polish this for you real quick. All right? Someone probably said Jar Jar Binks is the worst mistake you're ever going to make. And he was like, nope, this is cinematic brilliance. You know that actor has apologized for playing Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, poor guy.
He considers it to, well, I mean, just like the guy who played Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
They both consider it to have been the worst career choices of their life.
Man, was that money good?
I mean, not good enough to recover from Game of Thrones. I don't know if you've been watching the Reddit memery, but someone was like, you know what? People are spending weeks indoors and not one single person's talking about a Game of Thrones rewatch. That's how you know you fucked up. Holy shit. It's true, though. Like, now would have been the perfect time to rewatch 8 seasons of Game of Thrones.
The one guy off of Ghostbusters, the ones that's from, like, the environmental department, he also has that issue where it was the worst career choice of his life because everybody was like, just treated that guy like an asshole.
Comparing,
but that guy played assholes in, like,
Ford.
a lot of movies, though.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. He was like a career asshole for a while.
Okay, well then you had it coming to you.
Yeah, I mean, you made those choices, buddy.
You gotta mitigate the asshole with something else. You need to be a good guy in one film, and then
You have to Harrison Ford it. Your whole career has to be playing amazing parts and then going, you know what? I really don't want to play this character again. So unless you give me $15 million, I'm not going to.
60 million. You need 60 million.
No, they had to attract him to come back to do Empire Strikes Back. Like, every single movie, he was like, I'm done playing Han Solo forever now.
Yeah.
And George Lucas was like, would he want more money? And he was like, I wouldn't say no to more money.
I was watching one of those like videos where he was interviewed talking about his career videos. Like, it was a job. I played a character. That's it.
I don't not want more money.
He didn't quite say the reason why he went back to episode 7, but I could see it in his face. That was like, they gave me more money.
Yeah, they gave him a lot of fucking money.
They were like,
his resilience level is incredible. They were like, yeah, I guess Harrison Ford was crushed and nearly killed underneath like a mountain of spikes. And then he's like, it's been 1 week since then. I look fine. We're ready to get back to filming, everybody. And I was like, holy shit. Harrison Ford a lich?
it's the power of money. It's what motivates him.
I mean, look, you have to do what you got to do in this world. All right, so this is going to be called Grinder Setup.
It was a 60 million dude episode 7. And I'm like, let's kill this character off real quick.
Listen, for $60 million, there's a lot of things I would say or do on this show. I feel like I could definitely just retire for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Make some smart investments.
I mean, Harrison Ford didn't need it. It's just that he didn't want to play the role, but he was told how much money he'd been given. He was like, okay.
Look, $60 million is a lot of money. That's buy a fucking yacht that you can stick another yacht inside of money.
One of my guilty pleasures has been watching a YouTube channel about a guy who is like a professional yacht captain. It's pretty interesting, like the kind of shit that rich people get up to.
Yeah.
He was talking about a couple of yachts set for sale, like in the $200 to $300 million range.
Yeah.
And, he was
I've
talking
seen
about
them. They're like 4 stories tall.
He was talking about how absurd it was that people think that celebrities own like these yachts. And he's like, no, celebrities, they can't afford shit like this. Like, not even remotely.
I agree.
Like this is a wealth like far beyond like what a celebrity makes.
So when I was on my cruise in, it wasn't Jamaica, but it was on the Jamaica trip. It might have been Santa Domina. I saw such a fucking huge yacht. I mean, it was so big. It had a service bay 4 speedboats inside of it. So on the second story of the yacht, it was open and they were servicing 2 different speedboats. So there was like a 10-man crew in there, and it was only one room of like 50 rooms on this yacht. That's just to give you the context. It's like a small frigate, essentially. Yeah. And there were dudes with huge guns walking along it, and I was taking pictures of it because I was like, man, this is going to be real. Like, you know, I'm going to like post cruise video pictures or something like that. And someone approached me out of the crowd and was like, you can't take pictures of that yacht. And I was like, what do you mean I can't take pictures of the yacht? And they're like, I might need your phone. And I was like, fuck you, you're gonna have my phone. I'm leaving because you're scaring the shit out of me. And I left. After going to the art museum, I left because I was like, gotta make sure no one's following me. But the people on that boat, probably not American citizens. No. Probably bad people.
Yeah.
Bad people who will kill. You see some weird shit in ports now.
Yeah, no lie. I'm working on
Yes, you're right, Zonalar. We never did use the boats. We used the same boat the whole game.
It's because we never went back home.
I know. I had a whole cultural system where I was like, if you bring back the goods from each of these places, it will spark technological and cultural developments. And you were never like, we're going to bring back coconuts. And, you know, like, we're going to bring back salt from the Minotaur land. You were just like, okay, all right.
Well. Like, money and trade is stupid.
You were like, we're never going home. We're just going to we're going to find Dinosaur Island.
And we didn't.
Well, that's because I was like, please, guys, we have to get back to the main story.
Can this game just be over?
And then literally at the last second, EQ Mag was like, wait, I think I know how the bad guy works. Let me predict it. And I was like, fuck, that was right. You're absolutely correct. That's how it works. Ships and Rogue Trader have their own suburbs. Yeah, I know. That's how our ship works. That's how I wanted it to work. Each gun is tended to by its own family. All right, let's wrap this thing up in like the next 10 minutes here. Okay. What do we got? I feel like we've got a solid map set up, and now we've got all of our things.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah.
So we just need whenever James gets us that list, we can roll.
I agree. Everything is on James. We are not capable of doing anything ourselves.
Correct.
James has to do all of our work for us.
Yes.
All right, as long as it's understood.
We're all on the same page, I feel like.
Thank you. I'm glad that we're there. A lot of Grinders maps won't have models on TTS, aka the Bailey. I've never even heard of the fucking Baileys. What the shit? It's a Baileys. It's a quadruped Omni-Mech. Oh my god. It literally looks like a fucking dog. It's a horse. It's like a My Little Pony horse. It's an Omni-Mech.
Who suggested that shit to you?
James.
Come on. What is that? That's good. These sound like the kind of lists I want to be a part of.
I've actually looked this one up before.
I can't stop laughing. It looks so dumb.
James just broke Arthur.
It's got a fucking Hag 20 on it. That's like if you combine an autocannon with the Gauss rifle.
Yeah, it's more of a... Well, it can't have a Hag 20. Yeah, it's more of a Gauss LBX type of deal.
Oh, it's an Omni-Mech. Anything can have a Hag 20. Not an Omni-Mech.
It has a config that has an Hag. Yeah, config. I've actually looked at this before. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Oh, let me show you this. The Battletech Reddit had one earlier today. A mech that just looked like it was too stupid to live. Let me go get it.
Is it the Lamb Urban Mech?
No, it's the human.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I will shoot everything and then kill me, please.
I feel like this is a mech that is absolutely going to have some sort of ammunition critical. Just look at it. It's literally 50% rocket launchers.
Where is this?
There's a whole bunch of Aero 4s.
That is what
Oh my god.
Yeah. That is, I mean, look, if you're looking for Aero 4 launchers, something like the Naga or the Obakimano or even the Catapult looks way better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the Demolisher Aero 4 thing. It has like 7 tons of ammunition with it.
Oh, you're talking about the Demolisher with 2 Aero 4s on it?
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking of attaching one to your unit for Season 5. Rather than having a whole firing line of catapults, just having one Demolisher.
Yep.
I like the Obakimano. It's a pretty cool mech.
I was looking at. We've been talking a little bit about season 5.
Yeah,
I've been looking a lot about looking up a lot of Omni mechs. I'm not overly impressed with the Inner Sphere Omni-Mech selection. I get it's still early for them to have Omni-Mechs. Like, I understand that.
the Inner Sphere Omni-Mechs are never as good as the Clan Omni-Mechs.
And that's fine. Like, that tracks, right? But just you know me. I'm very hung up on aesthetics, and I'm not crazy about how any of them look.
There's not a lot of them.
I like the Blackhawk.
The Blackhawk's cool because it's basically like a Nova.
Yeah, the Blackhawk KU is the Inner Sphere version of the Nova.
I like that one. If you remember, we had that one in our battalion.
It died immediately.
But it died.
I actually like the aesthetic of the Hat Man.
I also like the aesthetic of the Hat Man. I hate the weapons loadout, but
I actually like the weapons loadout. I'm fine with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Streak SRM2 launchers? That's your go-to?
No, but
what do you even do with
why. That
Like,
was just an Inner Sphere thing where they slapped Streak 2s on stuff because they could.
Yeah, I know. There's an Awesome that has Streak 2s on it or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's the Awesome 9Q, whereas the 4 ERPPCs and...
Yes, I am saying that word that you're saying, Grimdark James. I've never heard it said out loud, just like I've never heard Solaris before talking to someone about Battletech. I want to remind you that I enjoyed Battletech for about 20 years before I ever talked to anyone about it. I read the book series and I played the video games, and I literally never conversed with another human being, so my pronunciation might not be the same. I also don't speak German. You're not sprechen the Deutsch. It's pronounced Hauptmann. Hauptmann. Well, look, it's not my fault that Pano has trouble saying Gesundheit. Jesuitalt.
Sorry, I've never heard someone say
Jesuitalt? Yeah, I mean, look,
before.
Obviously it's a very easy word to pronounce. Gestalt?
Gestalt.
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 Yeah, exactly.
That's how I say it. So it's right.
Hauptmann, not the Haupt.
It's okay. I'm not crazy
yes, I
about
know
that.
it's Sherman for captain.
I'm not that crazy about that design in general.
Okay.
I don't like the
little wings on it.
I don't like the
little
direwolf very much either. I don't like the big kind of hood that it has. Like same reason I don't really like
the direwolf. Really, I felt like that was a very smart design because it acts like a shield.
Isn't it like the Puma that also kind of has that same kind of like?
That's weird. I actually like both of those designs.
Crazy about it. I don't know.
I
don't hate it.
Blocky for me sometimes.
Yeah, something about it just I don't know.
Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. It's hit or miss with me.
Now, the only IS ones that I like are the Firestarter's okay. I like everything about the Firestarter. I'm not crazy about the way it looks, but I like everything about it as far as how it's built. I don't like that it's got a flamer that's like hardlined in there, but that's not the worst thing in the world. It is a Firestarter after all.
And the Firestarter gets an Omni-Mech version. Do you like that?
Yeah, that's
one?
what I'm talking about.
What he's talking about.
I'm talking about the Omni-Mech version.
I was looking at the Masakari and I was like, I don't know. Does James does Rad like this one? Warhawk?
Masakari?
It's an 85-ton assault mech.
I'm trying to remember what it looks like. Look it up real quick.
Doesn't have a hood, but it's basically just a giant fucking walking weapons platform.
Battletech Mesa.
When I say hood, what I mean is it has a platform on its head rather than a hood.
Yeah, a lot of the Inner Sphere Omni-Mechs are either what's the word? Word of Blake or I think Dark Ages, the 32nd century.
Yeah, Masakari's okay. It's all right.
What's that really shitty mech that I hate so much? The Jupiter?
Owens?
No, Jupiter. That's a Jihad era mech.
So anyway, because I didn't like most of the IS Omni-Mechs, of course I started looking at Clan Omni-Mechs instead.
Options are limitless there.
Timberwolf,
yeah.
right?
Well, it's too obvious to
Hellhound?
me, right? Like duh, Timberwolf. Who wouldn't? You'd have to be crazy.
Yeah.
Right, like it's the most iconic mech in Battletech for a reason. I found two that I like. I like the Stooping Hawk. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I'm not.
Because that's a weight class that I enjoy.
Is it the medium weight class?
Yes.
Clan Blood Spirit?
I'd say I don't know anything about that.
Oh, okay. I want you to imagine that there were 20 clans, all right? And that one of them was like, everybody else is terrible. Fuck all of you. We're the best clan. And no one liked them. And they were the smallest, shittiest, stupidest clan.
Now I love them even more.
Like, I don't remember exactly, so don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure in Dark Ages, they're like, all right, so Clan Blood Spirit dies off because everyone hates them, but the Blood Spirit becomes secret agents in the Inner Sphere and become detectives in a murder mystery novel set in the Battletech universe, and they leave secret Blood Spirit blood drops as their calling card to let people know, we exist and we're scary secret agents, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? How is this in a Battletech? Dark Ages had so many novels where they were like, okay, murder mystery author, why don't you write a book in the Battletech universe? And they were like, hey, why don't you write a story about the bounty hunter, but he's actually a guy with two personalities, and I don't know, he kills his brother or something, and he's insane? There's so many bad Dark Ages books that it killed the whole series. Which is weird because there were some really, really good ones. Or the mech sex scene. That was...
Come on.
Oh my god.
Every time you say that, I feel like it's a joke.
This is so bad. It's awful. They're like, they rolled down the muddy hill together, the lightning striking their mechs. The heat in their mechs built as they lay on their command couches,
So
one on
much
top
friction.
of the other. A battle featuring only mechs stolen from Macross. Interesting.
I don't even know what mix those would be.
Phoenix Hawk, Wasp, Stinger, Crusader, Archer, Warhammer. I don't see Marauder there, but I assume. Oh, Clan Blood Spirit.
The other one I liked, and I just really like the way that one looks. I think it's a cool looking mech.
All right, let me take a look at it.
It looks a little lanky looking when I looked at it.
Yeah, I never look at the actual Battletech art. I always look at what other people have done to it. You know what I mean? Like,
this is fair.
The Battletech art is hot trash, in my opinion.
Look, I could get behind if it was 1 Ultra AC-10 and 4 lasers of any type.
Jesus,
it's just,
Arthur. Here we go.
I just don't see a point to mixing ER and medium pulse lasers, right? Like, if you're going to go medium pulse lasers, just go medium pulse lasers and accept that you're going to have to get closer, but it'll be easier to hit. Or go ER mediums because you have an AC-10 and you just hold out at medium to long range and blast people.
I mean, medium pulses and clans, you're still hitting at max range of 14 hexes.
Right. Exactly.
So how much closer
you just
do you
pick
need to
one
get?
or the other. It's the mixed weapon types that makes the math difficult. And it makes your overlapping threat area kind of weird.
It just gives you a more versatile threat range is what it does.
I guess.
I
I just want them to
mostly it's
all
meant
be
to-
like a brace of one
I mean, I
type.
get it. I understand what you're saying.
I just see
But-
it as meant to typically, once you get into range of your pulses, you switch to those instead of using ER mediums.
But as I'm looking at Omnimex, I'm really just looking at what they look like and their weight class and what is permanent on them because the rest doesn't matter, right? You know what I mean?
You know, I'm looking at the.
I'm not getting hung up on
Have you taken a look at the Turkina?
I do like the look of the miniature stooping wolf, not the art, but the miniature actually looks
Yes.
pretty neat.
The miniature looks cool. How do you spell that, Arthur?
Urkina. Is the Night Gyre out? I think that might be a Dark Ages thing. No, it's out. That's not the one I'm looking for. What's the Jade? Listen, chat will know what I'm talking about. There's a Jade Falcon mech that actually has wings on it. Does anyone know what it's called? Gyr Falcon? Is that what it's called?
Maybe. Yes.
Yes.
It's a Dark Ages mech.
What year, man? I don't know. We're in whatever year we want to be. 2LB2XAC.
What?
Wow. LB2. Why? Why would you use AC2s in any configuration? The only purpose is to shoot down aircraft. That's it. Vulture is the best heavy mech? I mean,
I like the Vulture.
yeah, I mean, the Mad Dog looks good, but anything it can do, the Mad Dog can do and do it better, is the thing.
I like the way the Mad Dog looks more than the Mad Cat. But the Mad Cat is a superior
I
mech.
disagree. I feel like the Vulture definitely looks very cool compared to 90% of mechs, but I feel like you really can't beat out the Mad Cat. It's like the top premium looking mech.
I think the Vulture is a much more military vehicle looking like mech.
I agree. Yes. You know, it has giant boxes and then it's got giant lasers and that's it. It's
I can't say because my preference is to the Vulture as well because that's what the Avatar was based off of.
The name of the Vulture knockoff that the Inner Sphere made?
Avatar.
No, there was another. Oh no, it might have been the knockoff of the Mad Cat.
Oh yeah, there was still one. I forget what it's called though.
It's not very good, and it looks like garbage.
This Turkina, I don't understand. Is it just like a baby Mad Cat? Is that what it's supposed to be?
No, Turkina is like 95 tons. It's literally like a very short, squat mech that's supposed to just fire everything directly forward. It's not a baby Mad Cat. It's more like a Mad Cat.
Oh, I'm just looking at images of it. I didn't look at its actual
it's
page.
Very short for a battle mech.
Looks kind of goofy.
Yes, I didn't think you'd like it. But I just like that it's a assault omni mech, which means it gets a lot of weapons. Rakshasa, thank you.
You know, another one I like is the Huntsman. I don't know if it's that good, but I like the way it looks a lot.
Huntsman, is that first generation omni mech?
I don't know. Maybe actually, yes. It's like one of the very first.
Oh no, it's a different one.
It is a very early mech, I think.
No, it was made in 3049 by Clan Novacat, so it's pretty new.
Something else, I guess.
Holy shit, it's got a lot of options on it.
It's fucking cool though. You see the images of it? Like Google images it. It's freaking cool looking.
I agree, but looking at its weapon portfolio, it's got like 15 weapon systems and meant to do 6 different things at once.
Oh, again, it's an omni mech. None of that matters.
Yeah, I mean, it's got anti-personnel pods, which to me says this mech was designed to fight elementals, not mechs.
Flamers, anti-personnel pods.
Yep, anti-missile system. Yeah, this thing was absolutely made to fight elementals, 100%. Ultra AC2.
LRM 10s with Artemis, Streak 6.
The Novacats get so shafted in the Battletech universe. You know how I was talking about earlier in Battletech chat? I was saying things like I like killing or bringing torment to the audience's favorite characters. Yeah, well, the Novacats were like that to anyone who liked the Novacats. They were like, well, alright, so the Novacats flip sides and then they get fucked over. And then, I don't know, they join the Draconis Combine, then they get fucked over again, and I don't know, then they split up and they become the Spirit Cats, and then the Spirit Cats get fucked over and everyone kills all their psychics, and oh yeah, they have psychics now. They're like, alright, so I guess the Nova Cats start a genetic breeding program to make psychics, and they do. And the psychics are capable of predicting the future. And then none of them see the fact that they all get shot in the head by a sniper. Not capable of predicting their own deaths.
I actually like the look of the Rakshasa more than the Mad Cat.
I hate it. It's like someone took a Mad Cat and planed it. Made it angular and boxy.
I prefer angular look.
I always knew there was something I didn't like about you.
I mean, angular looks more realistic to me. Which...
I mean, I would agree with you, except like everything about armor nowadays is like sloped and ablative. Just look at aircraft design over the last 100 years. You want things to deflect.
That's why you slope it.
That's not slope.
You don't need to curve it. You just need to put it built in an angle.
Just curve it. Just like my favorite John Malkovich movie, where you curve the bullet. Just curve it.
The one where they shoot the wings off a fly?
Does that? I actually never seen that movie.
Is that
I
called
just like to
Wanted?
say it because it's funny. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's a line from The Office that Creed says that I think is funny.
I've never seen The Office. I see people lose their mind over The Office, though.
The Office is great, man. You can't like Parks and Rec and also not like The Office.
I fucking love Parks and Rec.
Then you probably
I know
like
nothing
The
about The Office, but I gotta tell you something. All I see is people complaining. They're like, Pam. Michael's removed from the show. Everything gets worse. Some character that really wasn't that bad became horrible after Michael left. And they should have got together. They shouldn't have got together. And I'm like, wow, people have some very strong opinions about The Office. And
just
I
like
don't know
any
any of these people, but...
Just like any good show, people have a lot invested in it. Any show that goes like 8 or 9 seasons, like, I don't care what show you are, you're not going to be good.
I want to bring it back and say, I believe in Game of Thrones. It all the way through the Winterfell episode. And I was like, God damn, this was amazing. Like, I'm sure if I went back and watched it again now, I'd be like, wow, this episode... They made so many stupid military mistakes because they did.
They did.
It looked amazing. It made sense in the universe that Jon Snow once again commanded yet another failed military endeavor.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I don't know, I'm gonna fight a dead dragon 1v1. Every part of that episode was 100% me going, yep, Jon Snow fucked up for like the millionth time. Everyone trusts him, and he made a horrible decision.
Sounds about right.
I mean, all the people that were like, I can't believe she did that with the knife. And I was like, are you kidding me? They spent like 4 seasons showing that she's one of the best knife fighters in the entire world.
Yeah.
She spent a whole season being dragged around by the Hound going, you think that's sword fighting, that fancy dancing? Let me show you how to kill someone for real.
Yeah.
Like, wow, you just killed someone for real. Can I do that? And he's like, I don't know. Shut the hell up.
You just killed the shit out of that guy. All for a chicken or whatever.
Yeah, like they spent seasons setting her up as some sort of knife fighting assassin with amazing powers. And then she did it and people lost their mind. And I agree that was not the Hound's actual accent. But I don't remember what he sounds like because it's been like 2 years. Everything fell apart for me after the Battle of Winterfell. Every episode after that point, nothing made sense anymore.
I'm with you. I hung on to that show probably a lot longer than other people did. They had incurred a lot of goodwill with me. So you know what I mean? So like at a point I was ready to like fucking swallow most of the garbage they were trying to stuff down my throat.
I mean, look, it probably wouldn't have been so bad if they had just kept their fucking mouth shut after the show ended.
Yeah.
When they were like, let's do interviews explaining our design process. And they're like, well, this D, he went out and he wrote some scenes. And then I, the other D, didn't pay attention to anything he did and wrote other scenes. And we just let the editors figure out which ones we were going to put in the episode. And you can see the whole cast is like, Jamie would never do this. I told them, I said, Jamie would never make this decision. I've been playing this character for 10 years. Don't do this, please. And they're like, okay, I agree with you, but... Do the line this way. Do it this way. We'll try it your way. Of course, we're not actually going to do that, but do it this way.
Yeah, that poor cast, man.
He was like crying in the interview. He was breaking it down.
Well, they had so much like invested. You know what I mean? Like,
if they hadn't said anything afterwards, I wouldn't be so mad with them that they didn't know what they were doing. For years, they just wrote on George R. R. Martin's writing and. The cast and the incredible crew of that show putting together such great scenes.
Yeah.
And these guys were just like, I don't know, let's just write whatever we feel like. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Look at the way the characters talked in season 1. They don't say things like nations and freedom and blah blah blah. They talked differently.
Yeah.
They like to say things like milk of the poppy.
Yeah. Shit that you didn't understand, but you just like, man, well, they sound pretty confident in what they're talking about. That must mean something.
Fairies. God damn it. That was a character. Oh my god. I can't do this. My heart is breaking thinking about Game of Thrones. I just wanted Daenerys to not be evil. She was so close. She was literally moments away from being the true heir. If she had just not burned a fucking city down, we would have been okay.
That was one of the things I was actually okay with.
I know that it probably should have been, but oh my god, what if she hadn't been psychotically evil?
It was just never gonna work.
Like, the thing is, afterwards, they were like, okay, now we're going to have a huge evil speech in a different language in the ruins of a burning city, and everyone's going to be gathered up in, like, Hitlerian Nazi propaganda style giant unit lines with big flags. Every part of that scene screamed evil to me, and I was like, come on. You can't be a part of something like this and not say, hey guys, I think we might be the bad guys.
Yeah. Wait a second.
Oh, all right. I don't know. Do we want to do outros here?
Sure, if you want, sure.
Yeah, I know. We actually went for like an hour and a half. There's no way I'm going to catch up on Fate Grand Order in time. The servers shut down at like 11 o'clock, so I have like an hour.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. They shut down because the new patch is coming out for tomorrow, and they won't reopen until 3 a.m.
Dude, that is the most involved mobile game I've ever heard of in my life.
It's also the mobile game that's made the most money in all of history. It's
even more than, what's that one called?
Pokemon Go.
No, was that the previous number one?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Fate Grand Order has made something like $4 billion.
What was? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So the Fate franchise used to be worth millions of dollars, and then Fate Grand Order came out with like Jeanne d'Arc, Alter, and Merlin, and their cash flow skyrocketed. Had more tweets than Fortnite last year in 2019. That's true.
Grossing mobile game of all time.
Candy Crush? Is that what you're thinking of?
That's what I was thinking of, yeah.
So it's beat Pokemon Go, and I think it's up there against Candy Crush, Clash of Clans, and something else.
Here's Wikipedia. List of highest grossing... Oh yeah, Clash of Clans. That was another really big one, right?
They're listing Fate Grand Order as below Pokemon Go at only $3.7 billion.
Yeah,
but I think they're only taking the Japanese side of it rather than the Japanese, Chinese, Korean, and international servers.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. I mean, they all have the same storyline, but they're advancing at different rates. Like, the United States is like exactly 2 years behind Japan. The Chinese server is absurd. You can just pay as much money as you want and get whatever you want. They like sell accounts freely on the Chinese server. The Korean server is speed running the storyline to catch up with Japan. You know, each publisher in each area has to clear the content with the people in their area. Like in the Chinese server, certain storylines have to be scrubbed.
I've never even heard of Monster Strike. I don't know what that is.
I haven't heard it either.
I've not heard it either.
Oh, that's some other
it's a Japanese
business. Puzzle and Dragons. Never heard of that.
You've never heard of Puzzle and Dragons? DJ Wheat used to talk about that all the time. He loved Puzzles and Dragons. All right, well, you're not a roleplay fan like me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, no.
I haven't heard of any of the top three.
I've heard of Clash of Clans.
Valor sounds familiar. Yeah, Clash of Clans I played for a little while. Candy Crush, not my game. Pokemon Go, not my game. I don't play a lot of mobile games, so
yeah, they're always starting new mobile games to hook people on. But you know what? Fate Grand Order has consistently been putting out great content over and over again. And I'm also very good at it.
I believe it.
Brad, what do you got for an outro?
I don't know. I enjoyed hanging with my dudes, talking about Battletech and stuff. Yeah, I look forward to not only coming back and playing next week, even if we don't get to play, I look forward to doing this. I'm excited to roll some random mechs. I think that'll be fun to do in the Discord for a while. Have everybody do some slash rolling, see what kind of mechs they come up with. Have some discussions about the different mechs on the list that James provides us that we're all waiting on him for. So yeah,
I think it'd be interesting just to pre-roll all the mechs, see what we get.
Oh, for like each weight class?
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
That we just don't go like, all right, since I'm in assault, I'll just get a direwolf.
There's still got to be like a list, right? Like even if you got to pick, I would think there's a list of.
That's what I'm guessing is that there's. I don't know actually.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. I'm interested.
My guess is that if you die first, you get first pick, and then.
You think it's like a draft, and somebody can't pick like what you've already picked?
Have AP pre-roll it and not tell you until you lose.
That would be the power play.
Oh wow, 5 ERPPC direwolf. Oh my goodness. Listen, there's too much potential for abuse on my part to like just assign rad pack hunter, Hollander.
All of the faves.
No, Hollander, Hunchback 2C, like all single weapon platform.
Here's what we do. We each go into Skunkworks and we make 10 of each weight class. We make 5 that we try to optimize and make amazing, and we make 5 that are jokes.
Oh,
so
it's a quad mech, and the turret is under the mech.
All right, I've got this hunchback, and I shoved a heavy Gauss rifle on it.
So each category has 30 mechs, 15 of which are amazing, and 15 are fucking garbage.
A hunchback with a heavy Gauss rifle on it is called a Hollander 2. That's literally all that mech is.
But the rule there will be rules, right? There'll be parameters. Like you have to use all of the tonnage.
Oh yeah.
And you have to have like a certain percentage of armor. You can't like take all of the armor. I don't know. Actually, taking all the armor off would be pretty fun.
That's the optimization move.
Take off all the armor, put like 4 Gauss rifles on there with like 4 shots.
The optimization move is to always put 100% armor on and then build weapon platform from there.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm saying that's why it would be funny if you could just take all the armor off.
Mechs with sniper artillery aren't tournament, so I doubt that there's any on the grinder list. But what's the name of that one that they invented for the Battletech game? The new Battletech game. They just made that mech like 6 months ago. It has an artillery piece on it. Looks like a giant fucking shark. What's it called?
Bull shark.
Bull shark.
It's a 95-ton mech. That has a thunder cannon on it.
Yep. Sniper artillery, not tournament legal. Very funny though.
The thunder cannon only does like 5 or 10 damage, which is the only bright side is it's an area effect thing, but it only does like 5 damage. So, barring anything but a light mech, it's kind of something you can easily shrug off.
Brad, we were somewhere in your outros before we got distracted by Bull Shark.
I was going back and trying to catch up on chat, but I'm so far behind. I don't know that I ever will. But yeah, that was it. No, I had a good time. I'm excited. I'm excited about the grinder. You can clip that if you want. I'm excited about the mission that Arthur has planned for us. I had a good time tonight. That's it. That's all I got.
Ponder, what do you got?
I am Ponder upon the Mad. You can catch me for Switch upon the Mad, where you catch me here Saturday night, where we'll be playing Rogue Trader, run by James. Where you can catch me Sunday night, where playing my own game as a 5e Gestalt, where you take 2 classes, pick 2 classes, take the best of both, and go from there.
You said that was a Jesuit game?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
You also get double the spell slots as well, though, but you're still just limited limited to actions you have per turn. So action, bonus action, free action, yada yada.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
That's it.
That is all.
We're done tonight, guys. I don't know. I'll probably put this VOD on YouTube, but not in the Battletech list. We'll be back next week, hopefully with the full cast, in order to do a combat. And let me tell you something. I'm just going to break off a little spoiler here tonight. Art gallery. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.